arrives, leaving for the day, and sees Principal Sawyer in the parking lot outside of Westerberg High School. Hi, Veronica. How was your day? Relatively smooth sailing considering the circumstances. Circumstances? What circumstances? Zitface Charlie has been secretly slathering a slippery, oily substance in the hallways. People have been slipping all over the place. How did you know it was Zitface Charlie? I have a sixth sense about Zitface Charlie. I know it was Zitface Charlie. Why don't you turn him in? I need more evidence to turn him in. Anyway, can we please talk about something else? Sure. All of a sudden, JD pulls up to them in the parking lot in a light green 74 Chevy Corvette. I know what we could talk about. We could talk about me taking Veronica to the movies on Saturday night. No, JD. I'd rather talk about me kicking your ass on Saturday night. I don't condone violence. But I might make an exception for you. Thanks for joining me, people. This is Heather's 2. Hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't worry, I don't want to fight a science dude. We need another type of competition to determine who wins her heart. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What would your idea for a competition be? My idea is that we could each think of an exciting adventure that we could take Veronica on. Whoever successfully takes her on this adventure wins Veronica's heart. I like that idea. Here's the adventure I would take Veronica on. I would take her to Yellowstone Park, camp out under the moon, and try to live there off the fat of the land, hunting and fishing for entertainment. We could tell each other ghost stories. We could bring beer, but no food. We would have to hunt for our survival. We could only bring a limited amount of clothing. At some point, we would have to wear pelts and animal fur. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. Here's my idea. I would like to find a way to not only preserve my and Veronica's youthful appearance billions and billions of years into the future, but keep us alive until the Milky Way galaxy collides with the Andromeda galaxy. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks. We subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, in the future. At the moment of collision, I want to make love with Veronica. After we make love, we will both die and be reborn eons into the future in an entirely new galaxy that I shall name Love Destiny. Wow, that's fucking ambitious. Can you really make that happen? I'm a science teacher. I can do anything. This is going to be fun. They talked more and had a wonderful afternoon. The next day arrived, and Dalton and Veronica went to their respective rooms at Westbrook High School. After class lets out for the day, Dalton is sitting at his desk grading papers for an essay that he assigned to his students about how cosmologists inferred from observations the presence of dark matter in the universe. In the middle of this, he hears a knock on a door. This is Veronica Sawyer. Dalton? Yes, what is it, Veronica? I was very impressed with your idea about living with me eons in the future after the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies collide. You have a wonderful sense of the romantic. You won my heart. This is terrific, Veronica. Our love is destiny. By the way, I wrote a song about us living on in a new galaxy that will be formed after the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies collide. It's called Love Destiny. It's called Winona Ryder. Do you know for sure that not only the Milky Way galaxy is going to collide with the Andromeda galaxy, but when it does collide, when they do collide, we galaxy? Yes. How do you know this? Because I'm a science teacher. All of a sudden, they turn around and see JD at the door to Dalton's classroom. He was eavesdropping and heard their whole conversation. Yeah, right. The science nerd and the bitchy principal of Westerberg High School are going to live on together in some hypothesized new galaxy. That's right, prick. Now get the fuck out of my classroom. What are you doing here? Veronica? What is it? You don't actually believe that Dalton can take you to another galaxy eons in the future, do you? Yes, I do believe him. Oh, come with me. We could drink beer, hunt and fish, wear animal pelts, and live off the fat of the land. Veronica starts laughing hysterically. Oh, yeah. That sounds wonderful. I'd love to live like an early Australopithecus specimen with some loser like you. JD looks at Veronica with the angriest look that she has ever seen on a human face. He doesn't say anything and just runs off. Well, he looked angry. He sure did. Would you, thanks for joining me, people. Thanks for the thumbs up. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like to take a walk? Sure. They took a walk and had a wonderful afternoon. When Saturday night arrived, Dalton and Veronica go to the Dreamlove Theater to see a movie that depicts alternate versions of people's lives as portrayed by the most advanced robots of the day called mirror bots. In a parallel narrative to this, a few students from Dalton's honors astrophysics class decide to sneak into a facility that contains a particle accelerator to try it out. A student named Hugh Henderson somehow deciphered the passcode to get into It then followed and is followed by Tom Bergenheimer, among others. Inside the facility, they behold a particle accelerator, the size of 4 football fields, that collides particles to try to determine more elemental particles that haven't been discovered. Okay? Check it out. Yeah, this is where it all happens. All of a sudden, 2 drunken football players from Westerberg High School stumble into the facility. They seem to have followed them in. Their names are Heinrich Eisendorf and Henry Hilbort. In their drunken stupors, they accidentally set off the particle accelerator at full capacity, resulting in a tear in the time-space continuum, which further results in different localities being dislocated along various points on the time-space continuum. For instance, the very particle accelerator site that they are on is transported to medieval France, while the Dreamlove Theater that Dalton and Veronica are watching a movie at is transported to Petaluma, California in 1984. Meanwhile, back at the Dreamlove Theater, Dalton and Veronica are watching Mirrorbots. Enjoying the movie? Yeah, it's not bad. Does something seem different? Different? What? I just get this feeling that we have been somehow transported. Yeah, maybe. When the movie ends, they walk outside in the warm summer afternoon in 1984 in Petaluma, California, the town where Winona Ryder grew up. They look at each other in amazement. They had a wonderful afternoon. As they were walking around Petaluma that afternoon, they began having a conversation. Beautiful day out. Yes, it is. We've been displaced. Somehow, obviously, in the past, in Petaluma, California, the cars parked around here look like 70s and early 80s models. I wonder what the exact year is. Let's just grab a newspaper from the nearest box and find out. Thanks for joining me. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Dalton grabs a copy of the Petaluma Gazette from the nearest newspaper box. Now look at the date. It's June 23rd, 1984. Wow. How do you think we could have gotten here? Well, this is going to take some deductive reasoning to figure that out. First of all, what are some of the methods of time travel to the past? Let me see. There's going faster than the speed of light. That's unlikely. According to Einstein's theories, the speed of light is a speed limit. Yeah, what about a tear in the fabric of time and space? That could enable you to travel to the past. The only thing is, how would that happen? There would have to be some kind of mechanism that tore a hole in the fabric of time and space. What type of mechanisms exist around Westerberg High School that could do that? The only thing that comes to mind is the particle accelerator nearby. Wouldn't experiments conducted by scientists there be done in a diligent way to prevent against that? Yes, that's true. Wait a minute. What if they weren't scientists? What if some jackass or jackasses trespassed onto the premises and activated the accelerator? Maybe they collided particles that tore a hole in the fabric of time and space. I wonder who would do that. Yeah, maybe students at Westerberg High School. Yeah. Maybe drunken students who wandered onto the premises, or maybe college students. They've been known to pull wild fraternity pranks. Since we've been displaced in such a bizarre way, let's just enjoy the day. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how reality has been altered. If my own theories are correct, if the time-space continuum is altered in such a way, different moments in time and different places in space can be completely mismatched, forming an alternate chronology in space. Look, it's the mirror bots from the movie Mirror Bots that we saw at the Dream Love Theater. Yeah, look at them. Somehow they've been spliced from that movie to here in Petaluma, California in 1984. The mirror bots approach Dalton and Veronica very intently, and one of them speaks. The reflection on his mirrored body reflects the moment in the past right before Dalton and Veronica entered the Dream Love Theater in the year 2025. Time and space have been altered. Look in the mirror for the cause of this occurrence. They look in the mirror and they can see Henry and Heinrich from Westerberg High School near the particle accelerator. That's Heinrich and Henry. Bye. The mirror bot went away. That's interesting. Yes, it is. Let's just enjoy the day and in evening now that we're here. Yeah, they enjoy the afternoon and had a wonderful evening. They took a walk around Petaluma the next morning. It was beautiful out on that early June morning. The Mirrorbot said that time and space have been altered. Yeah? How could that have happened? Henry and Heinrich could have, in a state of inebriation, activated the particle collider and set that up. What does that mean for us? It means that the chronology of events and the relative locations of places have been altered in a way that people won't recognize them. This is going to be bizarre. Let's just see what it's going to be like going forward. Which may not be going backwards, and going backward, which may not be going forward. Sure, they walk around Petaluma and had a wonderful afternoon. That evening, as the sun was setting, they walked around Petaluma and talked. I really love this town, Veronica. It's comforting. It was a great place to grow up. I've got great memories of being with my family here. Take that store, for instance, Ziggy's Exotic Plant Store. Never seen a store like that anywhere but here. I've never. I've never seen it here. You've never seen it here? No, I remember what. I remember a store called Penelope's Designer Wigs here. It was a custom wig design. It was a custom design wig store. They designed wigs for both men and women. People had wigs designed for them that suited their personalities. I bet this store is here not because the chronology of time and the relative locations of space have been altered. Let's go in and talk to them. They go into the store to meet a guy named Ziggy. The David Bowie song Ziggy Stardust is being played in there at a very high volume. Hi? Hi. Hi. No, I meant, do you get high? Oh, I thought you meant hi and as in hello. If I wanted to say hello, I would have said hello. Whenever I say hi, I mean, do you get high? As in, do you get stoned? Where I come from, it's more polite to say hello rather than hi. So let me say it again. Hi? I smoke the occasional joint, but at the moment, I just want to talk. So, what's your name? Ziggy Stardust. Ziggy Stardust? Like the David Bowie song? No, not like the David Bowie song. I am the real Ziggy Stardust to whom the David Bowie song refers. Oh, I see. So the real Ziggy Stardust runs a plant store in what used to be another place in the time and space, but is now in Petaluma due to time and space being altered by drunken football players from Westerberg High School who activated a particle accelerator? Exactly. Where and when did the store used to be? Cleveland. And in the early 70s. People loved it. It is cool. Look at the plants. I'm looking at them. It's mind expanding. Their essence takes me somewhere beautiful. I'm glad you like them. This is spectacular. They talked more to Ziggy and had a wonderful evening. The next morning arrived, and Dalton and Veronica took a walk around Petaluma. This is going to be very interesting now that time and space have been reconfigured. Yeah, any moment in time can now be juxtaposed with any point in space. Yeah. Hey, look, it's Audrey Hepburn. As a teenager, walking home from school on the block she grew up on. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a moment in time and space that has been reconfigured to sit alongside this very moment in time. How very apropos. She was my favorite actress as a child. You should go up to her and speak to her. Yeah, I'll do that. Veronica walks up to Audrey on the sidewalk in Petaluma that is seamlessly connected to the sidewalk on Audrey's block where she grew up. Hi, Audrey. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Veronica Sawyer. You're my favorite actress. Where am I? You were on the block that you grew up on, but has been spliced to a block in Petaluma during the year 1984. 1989. What? How did that happen? Through an accident at a particle accelerator. I'll explain it in more detail later. For now, I'd really like to speak to you. Sure. So nice to meet you. They walked around Petaluma and had a wonderful morning. The next morning arrived, and Dalton and Veronica took another walk around Petaluma. Again, they saw Audrey Hepburn on the same block. They saw her on the same block they saw her on the morning before. Hey, look, it's Audrey Hepburn again. Let's talk to her. Hi, Audrey. Hi, Mike. Hi, Veronica. Are you adjusting well to the reordering of time and space? It has taken some getting used to, but I'm starting to take pleasure in being able to navigate different moments in time and space and places and space in a single moment. I'm happy to know that. Can you explain to me how this happened? Some football players from Westerberg High School got drunk one night and set off a chain reaction at a facility that has a particle collider. It has been theorized that if a particle collision was so intense, something very cataclysmic could happen, such as tearing the fabric of time and space. In the drunken stupor that these guys were in, they accidentally proved this theory by activating the particle collider at its full capacity. A particle collision was set off that was so intense, it tore the fabric of time and space and reconfigured time and space. Wow, that's truly amazing. Look, do you see that? They look to the west and see the drunken football players. At the moment when they first stumbled onto the grounds where the particle collider is. It's the football players at a moment before they activated the particle collider. If we stop them before they activate it, we can reconfigure reality back into its proper time and space configuration. I don't want to. I like the new configuration. I got to meet Audrey Hepburn in this new configuration. I feel the same way. Reality is going to be stranger than fiction if we allow them to activate the particle collider. Let the imagined reconfiguration of reality be the new fiction, and fiction be the new reality. Sure. All of a sudden, the drunken football players activate the particle collider. This activation of the accelerator can reconfigure reality yet again. Audrey Hepburn is gone, and Dalton and Veronica find themselves on the set of the original Heathers. They see Winona Ryder and Christian Slater talking about their characters and getting ready to start filming the first scene of the movie. Dalton and Veronica look at each other and smile. They had a wonderful morning. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you join me again in a few minutes, I'm going to do my science fiction show called Another Reality. So thanks for joining me. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.